Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking to you about the DB3, some of you may have, and I'm going to hit a little side note, the old DB2, some of you have that. What we're talking about is little field maintenance things that you as the operator can do that you don't need to call in the shop, you don't have to panic, it's just to help you out. If you're out there on set and you get play in the camera when you tilt, it's going to sound like click, 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 click. Very, very soft stuff. It's play right here. I don't know if you can hear this, but that right there, that's about 5 thousandths, maybe 2/10 of a thousandth of an inch. You can't even see that really. I'm going to show you how to take that play out. The tools you're going to need will be Loctite 242. It's blue. See that pretty blue? Not red. You need a 5/32 Allen wrench. You need an Allen wrench that fits a 440 set screw. And you need your DB3 tool. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take out the fore and aft play between the post stage and the intermediate stage. When you're tilting your camera, if you get a little click in there, it's because there is movement on this lead screw. All you need is your DB3 tool, and we're going to access that bushing right there. Put it on there and just tighten it a little bit. Check your knob tension. See if there's any play in here. And you can do this with the center post on and all mounted. You just have to pull on the center post. A little bit more. There we go. Now you might have to turn a little bit more if you haven't done it in a long time. The next thing we're going to talk about is if you've ever been on set and yesterday your side-to-side lead screw was working just fine and all of a sudden this morning it's not, somebody most likely came in and tightened that set screw right there. It rides along this channel so that when you are turning the side-to-side knob, it comes across the control shaft for the fore and aft. You need to remove this set screw, put a little bit of Loctite on it, reinsert it into the hole, bottom it out, and then loosen it just a little bit. You have this play in here. This is normal. You have to have that in there. It's called backlash. If you don't have that in there, then the gears are all bound up. The next thing we're going to check is our side-to-side play in here. You must do this with a camera plate installed. You want to pick up your little Allen wrench that fits a 440 set screw. You want to turn this knob and look for that set screw in that hole. No set screw, set screw, no set screw, set screw. Pull that set screw out. Don't lose it because it's small. Oops, see, I just lost it. There we go. I put it back on my tool. Now I can pull my knob right off of there. It's your DB3 tool. You used this end here. This end goes here. It has the hole in it. It goes over the control shaft. Find the bushing and tighten it. Check for play. You can have a little bit in the side to side, as when you dock the camera, the DB3 spreads its load. There we go. That feels much better. Check your knob tension. Make sure you didn't lock it up because that directly affects the knob tension. I want to rotate this control shaft with this knob until I see a flat carved into that control shaft through that hole. Put my knob back in there. I got to put some Loctite on that set screw, just a little bit, bloop, and put her down in that hole. Tighten it up, and you're done. Now, if this has ever happened to you on set, camera assistant comes across, he's just trying to help you out. He wants to, you know, move your camera around, he backs this bolt way out and pushes at the same time. And that thing fell on the ground. What do? I'll pull that lead screw out. You don't really need that. Put it back in. This guy right here is a bronze bushing. Your assistant will do that. He'll take it off and go, uh-oh. You put the tercite washer over the threaded end. It's lefty-tighty, not righty-tighty. Take it down until you bottom it out, and then back it off just a hair. This has a square bushing. This has a square hole. Square bushing into the square hole and put it in its stowed position. Tighten your bolt. Check to make sure your camera plate's in there nice and tight, and it is. Rotate that down, and she should slide. That's it. No need to panic. Moving on to, I'll come back to the DB3. I want you to check these knobs. If you've got an NDR sitting out here, if you let the play get into these little knobs right here, this whole thing rotates. You're operating, the NDR's out here bouncing. You've got to make sure these are tight. If you're missing some of these, call me, I'll send them to you. That's it for the DB3. Now we're going to do the DB2. We do not manufacture parts for this thing anymore. George quit making this about 10 years ago. What I'm going to address to you today is the fore and aft and the side to side, how to get the tension out, or the slop out of there. You see this set screw right here? It's underneath your follow focus mount. And then you have a set screw on the latch side. Here, that's for side to side. If you have play in this knob, or not in the knob, in this stage, you can tighten that set screw. That one right there. You want to check your knob tension to make sure you didn't lock it up. That's a little too tight. Back it off just a hair. There we go. The same with the side to side. It's on the latch side on the DB2. It's this set screw right here. We just tighten him up, check our knob tension, and check the play. I'm checking for play. I don't have any. That's it. Now, that being said, you just fixed all your fore and aft and side to side play. If you crash with this DB2, I'm telling you, I have no parts for it. So don't call me and say, Jack, I need you to fix my DB2 and get mad at me, because this is what we manufacture now. I have no more parts. George hasn't made them for 10 years maybe. And that's it. So take care of your DB2. It's worth more now than what you paid for it before.